Alright, Yerrrrr was good. I'm here with
Robin Lee.
Alright. And what'd you do?
Went undefeated at release tournaments 5-0 with Gogeta.
Alright. Some spicy stuff, I bet. Alright, let's see the deck profile first.
Alright, so we played Son Goku Vegeta BR leader. Light Awakened side, you can drop a Goku or Vegeta from your hand, draw 2, and then choose to take 1 from your life or not. Awaken, untap 1, draw 1. Awakened side draws a card when he attacks, and once per turn during activate battle, so it's during a combo, you can drop a red card from your hand and give him +5 and double strike if you have 2 Goku and 2 Vegeta BR in your deck, in your drop, and then they can't activate 2 drop or more counters, so like Mafuba. Alright, so for the actual deck, start off with our super combos, 4 ofs, Boma or Goten, whatever you prefer, at 4 life because you awaken pretty reliably. You can opt for the sparking one too, but it's sometimes you awaken faster than you would have 5 in your drop, but either way. I had 3 pseudo combos. I might up this to 4. Main reason for playing this is I wanted to have a little bit more defense in this deck because you don't necessarily always want to be awakening as fast as possible, so it helps a lot for that. And you got to get to your big drop. So
check this.
Right, making another one. 3 Vegeta 1-drop and 2 Goku 1-drop. They both do the same thing. They search top 3 for each other. Any Goku or Vegeta, depending on which one you play, or Veku, and you put the rest at the bottom of your deck. So at first I thought it was not that great because it's only top 3 and you cycle the rest to the bottom. But it's great just as a 1-drop beater, and they both return to your hand. So having these search for pieces helps you aggro early because you want to get them down to 4 as fast as possible.
Why not 3-3? Why like 3-2?
Just my personal preference. I think 3-3 is also fine, but there are some scenarios where the opponent might awaken faster and then they're just kind of dead, you know? Because once they get to 15, these guys don't really do much. But for any decks that are defensive, they're great. 3 of the 2-drop Vegeta. This one says search top 5 for a Goku BR or Gogeta. If you search for your bigger pieces or other Gokus, and also activate main once per turn. You can choose something ignoring barrier and give -5. So it kills a lot of small guys. That's pretty much the only thing he's used for, or searching for other pieces. Also bounces back to your hand at the end of the turn. 3 of the 2-drop Gokus, the partner to the Vegeta. The same searching ability, sparking 2, top 5 for Gogeta BR or Gogeta BR, and then activate main once per turn. You get +5, so just gives himself a boost. So also bounces back in the turn. He's more for like once the opponent is awakened, or another searcher, or a fusion piece. Next, I have 2 of the Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue. The 3 drops, these guys are activate main sparking 3. Vegeta, you have to switch to rest mode to use as a search, and you search top 7 for a Goku BR, so it's a more reliable search option. But its activate main is choose up to one of your opponent's cards, ignoring barrier, and give -10k. So it gets rid of more annoying things like 2-drop Goku that stops 2 or less from attacking, or maybe like baby Vegeta pieces, things like that. And it also bounces back at the end of the turn. But you can't attack with it because it has to be switched to rest to use a search. So 3-drop Goku, Super Saiyan Blue, similar to the Vegeta, but his is sparking 3. You look at top 7 for Vegeta BR. Activate main once per turn, he gets +10, you can attack actives. So there's a little bit more utility. You can either be a 20k body swinging at the or 20k swinging at an active card you want to get rid of.
20k? What?
Yeah, it gets +10.
Oh, +10, alright.
Yeah, activate main. So another thing to note is that when you play him out, you play the Vegeta in rest mode, not in active, because this guy plays the Goku in rest. No, he plays in active, but the Goku plays the Vegeta in rest. So, yeah. But pretty useful. You can search, and then play Vegeta, and that Vegeta will trigger, and you can search again. So +3. or +2. Next I ran 3 of the Vekus. This guy was okay. He's more niche. A lot of times you don't end up playing him.
Cutting that out.
Why?
Nah, not this.
Yeah. Alright, so he comes out for free. You drop 2 Goku and Vegeta, 15k body, swings at actives, or he can just be like a free attacker at leader. But you gotta be careful for anybody who has ways to KO this. Because if he gets KO'd, then you don't get your cards back, but that's very important. So it's useful sometimes if you know they don't have anything like Revenge Death Ball, where they can just KO this, and then you lose 3 cards, right? But if it's safe to do it, it's great. Great for removal, great for aggro early, otherwise just energy.
Oh, you monster!
You get to your main win cons.
You don't play the skinny one?
I don't play the skinny Veku. I don't think he's that good.
Maybe.
He doesn't ignore barrier, and it was very rare that I wanted to play the Veku because there were always like answers where they could like give -15 or something to KO it when I attacked.
Oh shoot.
Its main win condition starts with a 6-drop. So pay 4 and draw 2 cards. Union Fusion, drop a Goku and Vegeta VR of equal power. Luckily they're all the same power. And he comes out. So one thing to note is you draw 2 as part of the cost, so even if he gets bloodlusted, you still draw. Permanent you can't KO, so you know, they can't kill it in battle, they can't, you know, give something revenge and KO it. It can be warped or it can die to like Revenge Death Ball. So once per turn, he switches back to active, kind of like a Jiren. But once he's active, you move to the next piece, which is the 8-drop. So ran 4 8-drops, so that you have to see it for sure. You usually end up charging 1 or 2, but against something like Janemba, one game like 2 weeks ago, I got milled all 3. So yeah, so you EX evolve on top of the 6-drop for this guy. You drop 2 red cards from your hand. So basically you draw 2 from the 6 and then you drop 2 from the 8. And then he's double striker, infinite attacks basically against active cards. So when he attacks a battle card, he restands, and it's an auto, so it's not a once per turn. So you basically, no matter what they do, if they negate it, it just restands anyways, and it just keeps attacking until their board is dead. Another thing is if you bring him out and when you EX evolve, if they have no battle cards on the field, they instantly take 2 damage to the drop. So burns them for 2 if they have no battlefield, like Janemba might not. Otherwise, you just clear the battlefield for, you know, this is free EX evolve, you just drop 2 cards from your hand. So. And it also can't be KO'd, so very hard to get rid of. Outside of the core, some tech offense. So 2 bodyguard Legix.
Playing this guy?
No, I don't play this guy because he only evolves on a 6-drop, and he's just a triple striker, right? So the Sparking 10 is okay, but you know, if they have like cards in the battlefield, it doesn't really matter because you can just clear them with the 8-drop anyways. Yeah, my personal preference is it's easier to burn them at 4. They're usually not going to be at 3, so I don't like that card that much. The Bodyguard Legend is great. Since your cards all bounce back, you're not really going to have anything on the field most of the time. You're just going to be this is going to be your main like free beater, right? So more often than not, I didn't even use him as a blocker. He was just a free 15k body that I swung at the later on, and he soaks some damage. If you need him as a blocker, great. Next I had 4 forcing hit. Staple in red decks, he's just too good not to play. Helps you stall. Sometimes he can be a game ender if you already have the Gogeta out and you haven't burned them enough. So a lot of options. If not, he's just 0-5k, so it doesn't really hurt you to have him in your deck at all. But also, I ran 2 lightning fast hits. So for those who don't remember, if you evolve into this card for 5, he instantly does 2 damage. So a lot of times it's just like your game finisher if they're at 2 life, or if they're 4, you drop it, burn them for 2, and swing for double strike. Shout outs to Steven for the recommendation. Honestly, in the tournament, I didn't end up playing him at all. He was just energy, because usually the Gogeta was the finisher, but this is more of like a safe net. If you don't finish with the Gogeta and you have another turn, you can just free drop them out and they lose. You know? So I played the Secret Frieza. This guy was pretty great. He came in clutch against Janemba because, you know, so one thing to remember is Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta makes so you can't Mafuba right on his active battle, and then this card just rips out a card. So you can just play this, rip out the negate that they have, see if they have any other negates, and swing for Quad Strike against Janemba, right? Because they want to awaken anyways. So great card. It's easy to get yourself to 2 life with your negates. So. Extra cards, I played 3. Is that all you've got?
Only 3?
Only 3. So it's a 1 cost, so you can't play for free. And you play after image, so that's why you know, I don't have that much energy untapped all the time. Plus you have the 3 pseudo combos, the unbreakables. So you need money, or you need
So yeah.
So you need some 1 cost for this guy. But he's great. You can negate things and pop things. It did really good against the swap engine. Might be because the opponent didn't expect it, but against Goku swap, you know, I KO'd a couple of his pieces multiple times. So very helpful against aggro.
You're not even using the stamp one that I gave you. I'm hurt.
And then, so 3 after image technique. This card, very, very good. Any red deck should run it. You can Sparking 5 for free. You're definitely gonna have Sparking. You know, gives you literally plus 40 and minus 10. Usually they don't attack after that. And it can also KO a lot of things for early aggro, so very useful. The last card here is minus Killing Zone.
Whoa, what?
I wanted to play 2. It's really hard to find space, but you know, one thing, your 6-drop and 8-drop, they can get bloodlusted. So that's one thing to look out for. If they do, it really delays your turn by a lot. And giving them extra turn at that point is usually pretty close to when you're going to lose, so you got to be careful. Very good. I try to find space for 2 if possible.
So no sideboard, right?
No sideboard because it's best of 1. But I can tell you about what I would sideboard if I were in different matchups. So first matchup was the Mirror.
Yeah.
Mirror matchup was pretty fine.
You were undefeated, right?
Yeah, I was undefeated 5-0.
Nice.
So the first matchup was the very end of the deck. It was a more it had blue in there. It played at all cost Vegeta. But I think he ran less 1-drops, so he kind of whiffed a couple of times and couldn't awaken early. So he just aggroed him out, and I had a bigger hand size. So that was pretty much it. Second matchup was against Goku Swap, the Swap deck. So
Storm or?
No, it was Swap.
Victory Strike. Like Victory Strike?
He never got to that point, so I don't know. But he played a lot of Swap targets. So that one, these guys came in really clutch. They helped me survive that like easily. So I KO'd a lot of his pieces and delayed him by a lot, and just turn 4 I just kind of won. Third game was Baby Vegeta. So Baby Vegeta was an interesting matchup because, you know, they dropped their 6-drop so early. So that one, that's kind of what I was scared of in the early game, or coming into this tournament, because, you know, they can revenge Death Ball all your stuff. But basically what I did is I didn't take life when I used the front side, and I just kept defending my life. So when he dropped the 6-drop, I still had 7 life. I just took the triple strike and awakened next turn. And then I dropped the big guy and, you know, won that way. Fourth matchup was Janemba. Janemba, I wasn't sure how that would play out, but it's ended up fine. I dropped when I needed to. I took life, of course, every turn. And you aggro them out really early, right? So they don't want to take life because they know that they can get burned by this guy, because they never play battle cards, right? So aggro them with the 1-drops, 2-drops if you have to, and then I ended up playing the secret rare because I after image myself down to 2, and then just dropped the secret rare next turn. You know, of course, the weakened side they can't Mafuba, so I ripped the negate out of their hand and just swung for game at 4. Last matchup was against Steven, and he played Broly BR.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yeah, so Broly BR it's a kind of back and forth matchup. Broly has a lot of early game steam, but I played against him a lot, so he kind of taught me how to play against him to his own downfall.
Wow.
So
never testing with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's good practice. So basically, you just swing at the leader, try to aggro them while they have the 1-drop out before they can KO anything, and this leader and deck in a lot of ways counter that deck, because you never have anything on the field, so they have to pop their own creatures, which he never had a problem doing. Well, I was saying, you still swing at their leader, and it takes them a little bit longer to get their big guys out, and then once you have your big guy out, you just KO their whole board and their whole chain, So it makes it easier to win that way, and you just defend your life as much as you can. That's why I put in all the unbreakables and the negates. So that's the deck.
All right, cool. Any shout outs?
Shout outs to the Jew Gang, the Gaming Universe Gang, always holding it down. Great locals, best locals. Shout out to Steven for the testing and letting me win.
Shut up.
Certificate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Yo, I stopped recording. Can I get that certificate back now?
Yeah, okay.